If there are not sheep being raised and wool being sheared, we're not here.
For textile companies like Burlington, their business model is pretty simple.
At the end of the day, that sheep is still the most important of all the entities because it produces the raw material that we work from. And that's the thing that we need the most.
This week's Military Wool Tour has been very educational, allowing us to see firsthand what happens to the wool when it leaves the farm gate.
We've seen in 2 days grease wool that just arrived from the ranch go through the scouring and the top making process. Then we followed the top over here to the Burlington Industries plant, and what we have in front of us is finished fabric as it's getting ready to go to the American military.
Hosted by the American Wool Council, one of the tour's objectives was to connect those in the textile industry with wool producers.
We had a wonderful opportunity to explain that we had a good supply of wool that was adequate to meet the military specifications. We have a lot of good fine wool, and we do a good job of putting it up, and we was able to relate to them. And
wool's multifunctional characteristics make it in high demand by end users like the U.S. military, with quality still the top priority.
Quality has now become assumed almost in our environment. That if you don't have the quality, you're not going to, you just simply can't compete. And that's where, even on the wool side, if the quality's not there, we don't even look at it. It has no, we don't buy it unless it's a quality product to begin with.
And it's not just the ranchers who take pride in providing the military with their wool uniforms and apparel.
Not only the quality of product, but it's the men and women that you get to see on the floors of these plants that do this every day, and they take just as much pride in producing this for our servicemen and women as the ranchers do in providing the wool.
It truly is one of those made in America stories that we all can be proud of.
I think for many of the people that here for the military, they had never even made the connection between that lamb being shorn and that clip and all the different processes that it goes through to make that final product, that incredibly beautiful military uniform. And we saw that today on those mannequins, and it just made you proud.
So as you can see, wool mills like Burlington here in Rayford, North Carolina, take their jobs very seriously in making sure that high quality wool that we raise back home on our farms and ranches stays that way for end users like the U.S. military and more. Reporting from the American Sheep Industries Wool Council Military Wool Tour here in Rayford, North Carolina, I'm Russell Nemitz.